Now, this is a question which I get asked quite regularly and come across quite regularly within Facebook groups and emails and people I meet. And those questions are three questions, but they all evolve around the same question really, is how much is a wedding DJ? How much is it going to cost me roughly? Or why are wedding DJs so expensive? Well, in this video, I want to answer those questions for you. And hopefully by the end of it, you'll understand why you might be paying a little bit more for a wedding DJ. Now, I've been in this industry for 20 years. And when I first started, I was just doing school discos and earning £100. And now I've got to the stage where, as a business, we charge a premium price. But we're still not one of the most expensive. And I just want to explain to you why this is. So, for an example, if you're a wedding DJ and you're a one-man band, now that's something we're not, but if you are a one-man band and you're purely designing yourself to the wedding industry, that wedding industry only pretty much runs at its peak season between May and September. And as everyone in this world, everyone has a price on themselves and what they want to earn or what they need to be able to live. And when you're in that wedding industry and your work dries up within the winter, you need enough money which you've earned through that peak season of wedding industry to be able to survive through the winter. Now, there's not just those factors come into it. Of course, it's experience. You know, doing a wedding from a 40th or an 18th birthday is so much different because there's a lot of planning involved with weddings. And you'll know with your wedding, you've got so many different people in the room. And the plan is to make sure that they stay on that dance floor all night long. And that just doesn't take any DJ. You need to be professional. You need to be able to read the room and play a variety of music which mixes and flows in lovely throughout the course of the evening. Have the right volumes at the right time, professional setup, the right insurance, pat testing, you name it, it all comes with it. So when you're planning for your wedding, you need to take these little things into consideration of why you might be paying a slightly more expensive fee for a wedding DJ. Now, when you get to the point of as a wedding DJ and you're now charging, let's say, in the excess of £1,000. Now, some of those reasons may be this. They've now become VAT registered, which happened to us. We went over the VAT threshold and we had to start charging VAT to the customers, which made us slightly more expensive. So for an example, we charge £695, £795 for a DJ plus VAT. Now that VAT, that isn't our money, that is for the government and we have no choice about it. We have to pay that, we have to give it onto the customer. And obviously if we were to swallow that 20% VAT, we'd end up not making any money because we'd be taking out all of our costs and taking the VAT and there just wouldn't be enough money to play with and survive as a business. So please take that into consideration when you're looking at wedding DJs, why they might be more expensive or why they're adding VAT. Because VAT, we can't do anything about it. That's what it's like living in the UK and we have to pay VAT. Now, with business costs as well, for an example, us here, we have a premises, we have 2 vans to run, we have insurance to pay for, pat testing annually, all the internet costs, the marketing costs, and the list just goes on. And we need enough money to be able to survive throughout the whole year. However, I'm in a lucky position because we don't just do wedding seasons. We have enough work all year round where we're busy throughout Christmas as well. And that allows me to be able to be slightly cheaper than the others. So we're in the middle range of what I would call a wedding DJ price. Now also you'll find that some DJs may be charging you £2,000 or £3,000 for the whole day. So we offer like an all-day service as an add-on, but some DJs will only do that as standard. So they will arrive in the morning, they will set up everything, and they'll stay throughout the duration of the day. They'll conduct the day for you with announcements, they'll do a cocktail hour for you, and then the evening entertainment. Now, we do that as an optional service. Some DJs just do that as standard, and that's why they're slightly more expensive as well. Now, equipment. let's be honest with you, if you've got professional top of the range DJ equipment, it is not cheap. And the aim of the game is always to innovate. So you're always adding and making sure that your setup looks top notch and you're moving with the times so it looks really nice for all your customers. It sounds nice and it does the job and it's not going to let you down. So there's so many different reasons why a wedding DJ can get expensive. However, you would have found those cheaper DJs, which may only be £300 up to £500. Now, I'm not faulting those DJs in any way, shape or form because they may be a very good, experienced wedding DJ. But what you may find is they could just be an electrician, for an example, or have a day job and just do this as a bit on the side to earn a little bit more money at the weekends. And that's absolutely fine. But we are a professional business. We do this as a full-time job, and you'll find that those which might be slightly more expensive are purely designed towards the wedding market, and they have that seasonal time between May and September to earn their money right and make sure that they have enough to survive through the winter. Also comes down to demand, experience. So I know two guys within the industry who are around, I think, nearly the £2,000 mark, and it works for them. So if it works for them, it's absolutely fine. And they're going for a premium client who can afford that service. Because let's be honest with you, when you're planning a wedding, we've all budgeted for separate different things and a whole budget for the whole wedding. But one thing I do want to ask you, and I come across this many, many times, is some people will spend £1,500 on a wedding cake, but yet they only want to spend £500 on a DJ. Now, let me answer this for you. So the wedding part of the day, the nice bit where we all walk down the aisle and we have a tear in our eye and we cheer and yes, you've got married, that is important. But the most important part in my eyes is the evening part. It's the longest part, pretty much. We're doing 7 p.m. till midnight, 7 p.m. till 1 a.m. in the morning. And that is the bit where we all want to be, high energy, really good spirits. And then we end on a complete bang at the end of, yes, what a day. The DJ was brilliant. The music was brilliant. What a brilliant day. It's so, so important. So please, please do not sacrifice your budget by getting cheaper entertainment for the evening, because it's such a crucial part of your day. When it comes to the evening, you want a DJ who's going to be able to keep that crowd entertained and up on the dance floor throughout the course of the evening. Now, sometimes with the cheaper DJs, they haven't got the experience with weddings, or they as I said, they've got a side job on the side, and it is fine. I'm not faulting them. It all comes down to your budget and what you can afford. But just take all of these things in consideration of why we might be slightly more expensive, because we've got premises, because we only do it as a seasonal job, or because of demand, because we're professionals. We do this as a living. And everyone has their price. So do your research when it comes to picking your wedding DJ. Read the reviews and see what they're offering you, because so many different DJs offer you all different services, from the all-day service, from just an evening service, but adding a few things on. And other people now doing a lot of packages, which is what we do, where you can add the photo booth on and the starlit dance floor. Now, you end up saving a lot of money that way. So just read about them. Do your research, go and meet them. That's what I love doing is we do like free consultation calls online. So we'll sit on Zoom and we'll have a chat and discuss their vision, see how we can help you, or we invite people in. Or go on recommendation as well. So important. If you've got a friend who's just got married and they had a brilliant wedding DJ and it only cost them £500. Brilliant. You've saved yourself some money and they're going to be good because you've been recommended. But yes, it can be very, very confusing, especially when, most people only get married with the once. And, you're not familiar of how much these things cost. And, you know, some people ask me, well, why is my 40th birthday only £400, but now you're charging £700 for the wedding? Well, there's so much involved, you know, but we meet with you, we discuss your plans, the flow of the day, your music. And, you know, the aim of the game is to keep all of those customers up on that dance floor all night long. So hopefully that answers your question to, you know, the costs involved of running a wedding DJ business and why we charge a little bit more than the average Joe Bloggs down the road. But do your research and hopefully you'll be able to come to a decision on picking the perfect wedding DJ for your wedding.